Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. Welcome to today's episode of You're Not Getting After. I'm your host, Louis Rossman. We're going to be discussing some new positive changes within the world of right to own. Right to own is the overall umbrella under which things like right to repair fit under. If you can't fix what you own, do you really own it? And more importantly, if you can't use what you own because a company has revoked access to it without your permission, do you actually own it? Right to own is an issue I've been talking about a lot on this channel over the past 1 to 2 years as companies continue to abuse consumer rights. And it seems like some of this is finally starting to go mainstream because a senator in his 70s is citing things in a manner where it almost sounds like you just took the stuff that I talk about in this channel and you just made it sound professional and then sent it to the chair of consumer protection in the United States. It's really cool. So I'm going to read this to you. This is from Senator Ron Wyden to the Honorable Andrew Ferguson, chair of the U.S. Federal Trade Commission. And aside, I'm not the biggest fan of Andrew Ferguson. Andrew Ferguson dissented on one-click cancel. One-click cancel is the idea that if I sign up for my gym membership and it's $100 a month and I did so on my gym's website, that I should be able to go to that gym website and hit cancel. That the gym should not be able to tell me after I move to the other side of the country that I need to send them certified mail to cancel my membership. A gentleman who does not believe that I should be able to cancel a membership online that I signed up for online, that thinks I should have to be forced to send certified mail and go to the post office, is not a man that I think is going to protect my consumer rights. But I'm always open to being proven wrong. Dear Chair Ferguson, congratulations on your appointment as Chair of the Federal Trade Commission. As you implement your agenda for the incoming administration, I urge you to issue guidance to ensure that customers who purchase or license digital goods can make informed decisions and understand what ownership rights they are obtaining. Over the last several years, the market for creative works, such as books, music, movies, and games, has undergone a major shift from physical to digital, raising questions about how traditional consumer protections and legal paradigms translate into the digital environment. To a consumer who buys a book, for example, owns that copy and can sell, transfer, and continue to access it in perpetuity. But a customer who purchases, I like how he puts it in quotes, purchases the same title as an ebook is usually obtaining it as a license, subject to certain limitations by the seller. As the FTC noted in a consumer alert from last year, what a customer really got when he or she clicked buy is often merely a license to access the content. The fact is often explained only in fine print in the terms of service, terms that the seller can usually change at will. Changing the terms of the sale. He's done his homework. The lack of transparency works against customers who are paying more but getting less than they expect, as well as missing a chance to comparison shop and seek another site or service with different terms, or even something they can hold in their hands. There is no shortage of instances in which this ambiguity has jeopardized customers' access to the digital goods that they have purchased. In December 2023, for example, Sony announced to users that you will no longer be able to watch any of your previously purchased Discovery content, including popular shows like Mythbusters, Cake Boss, and Deadliest Catch. Consumers' access was preserved only after Discovery and Sony reached a last-minute licensing deal. Similarly, when Sony merges two anime-focused streaming services, Funimation and Crunchyroll, Funimation users who were moved to the Crunchyroll platform lost access to titles in their library because Crunchyroll does not currently support Funimation digital copies. In addition to losing access altogether, consumers had also had their digital content changed without their knowledge. Earlier in 2023, ebooks, including titles from popular authors like Roald Dahl, R.L. Stine, and Agatha Christie that had been published and sold in one form, were retroactively edited without notice. Amazon has also recently announced that as of February 26, 2025, Kindle owners will no longer be able to download or back up their purchased ebooks to their computers, making it difficult for consumers to access their ebooks offline and maintain access to the book edition that they purchased. Consumers' ownership rights in digital products are currently being considered by multiple courts, including suits against Amazon and Apple. Plaintiffs in these cases say they clicked buy to download digital goods that they believe they would own, and that they would not have paid the full purchase price if they knew it was effectively a rental with terms subject to change by the seller. And as courts weigh these issues, the California legislature has weighed in as well. The state recently passed a law requiring that online storefronts inform customers in plain language when the digital good they are about to purchase is a licensed product subject to legal limitations. Transparency is crucial to ensure that customers know what they are buying and are not confused by the nature of the transaction. As the FTC noted, companies are always obliged to ensure that customers understand what they're getting for their money. I therefore request that the FTC issue guidance for sellers of digital goods to ensure that they are providing clear information about what they are selling and what ownership interest a purchaser will have. This should include, for example, how long a license lasts and under what circumstances it can expire or be revoked, as well as whether customers have the right to transfer or resell the content. This information should be presented before and at the point of sale in a way that is clear and understandable for consumers, so that they can use all the information at hand to determine if they want to purchase or rent the product at the offered price. To put it simply, prior to agreeing to the transaction, consumers should understand what they are paying for and what is guaranteed after the sale. This shift from physical to digital goods presents some complex legal questions. Legal? legal questions. One thing is clear, however, consumers deserve transparency about their ownership rights in digital goods. Guidance from the FTC on this issue will help ensure that digital goods sellers are aware of best practices and that American consumers can make informed buying decisions. Sincerely, Senator Ron Wyden. It's very, very difficult for me to imagine how anybody on any side of the political aisle could think that there's something wrong with what this man is saying. If we go over the examples that he's bringing up over here, the one that he brought up with Sony is where they just tried to redefine the word own. Use of the terms own, ownership, purchase, sale, sold, sell, rent, or buy in this agreement or in connection with PSN content does not imply or transfer any transfer of ownership. The word own and ownership, purchase, sale, and buy, He just took those words and just made them mean something else. He did bring up that the California legislature is weighed in as well, passing a law that requires that online storefronts inform customers in plain language, and in my opinion, this has been a complete failure. It's either A, the law is written poorly, or B, it's written very well, and the Attorney General in California just doesn't seem to care. If you take a look, this is a textbook manufacturer, and they also sell textbooks online. This is from Vital Source. You can buy the book for 180 days, a year, or a lifetime. Now, they have the ability to revoke this at any given time, and where do they tell you that? Watch this. You scroll down. This is a digital license. Details. Now, I have to click on details over here to learn that this can be revoked at any time. It says typically 5 years, but that word typically, that's kind of like saying typically Drive Savers gives you a good deal and doesn't bill you $3,000 for an iPhone fucking charge port. They can change that at any time. It doesn't say this is a digital license that can be revoked at any time. It says this is a digital license, which is a dumb moment. Why would I even bother clicking details? If it said this is a digital license and can be revoked at any given time, that would be giving the customer the information they need to make a proper decision. And I think this is something that does need to be done at the federal level, not the state level. Property rights should exist in all 50 states, not just one. And frankly, California needs all the help they can get in actually making these laws have teeth, balls, whatever it takes so that they actually get enforced in a real way. And also, one of the things you may notice is that every single one of the instances that he has brought up so far is an instance that is on the Consumer Action Task Force Wiki. Whether we're talking about what Sony did with people's content, we're talking about what Vital Source did with textbooks, or we're talking about what Amazon did with books. Every single one of these is on consumerrights.wiki. Here's the ask that I'm going to have of all of you. If you want to live in a world where you actually own what you bought and paid for, and you want to see this get more mainstream media coverage, make it easier for the mainstream media to cover it. What I'm trying to do here with consumerrights.wiki, which used to be wiki.rossmangroup.com, is create a factual-based place that does not, and again, this is supposed to be a neutral tone of voice, not going to sound like I'm the one writing the article. We have a place where we go over every single one of these issues where a company has changed the terms of the sale, tried to force to arbitrate you to death, or revoke your rights to say that you own what you bought and paid for. We have real sources. Everything over here comes with its references. We have pictures. We make it nice and easy for you to understand, and it's written in a way where anybody can edit so that this is continuously made better over time, just in case there's any sort of error. The idea here is to make it as easy as humanly possible for anybody that wants to cover these issues to be able to cover these issues. The easier we make it by doing all that research for them, the more likely it is this is going to end up in more mainstream media sources. The more this ends up in mainstream media sources, the more likely other senators are to read this stuff as well. With right to repair, what really works is when I can walk into a senator's office and I just see their face kind of contorting as I'm explaining the problem, and they interrupt me to say, yeah, the Genius Bar wanted $750 to fix my nephew's fan. Is creating that shared public consciousness of the issue. And the best way to do that is to explain it in a way where it's as easy as possible for as many people to get on board. Help me out. I need your help to do this right. There's a lot of work that I'm going to be putting into this at a professional level over the next 5 to 10 years, whether we're talking about the Consumer Rights Wiki or we're talking about another organization that I'd start that I really want to just go in and hammer every single one of these laws that are anti-ownership in the United States, like Section 1201 of the DMCA that makes it illegal for somebody to explain how to break digital locks on what you bought and paid for. I want to live in a world within the next 5 to 10 years where we can say that we actually own what we bought and paid for. When I started this channel, it was really supposed to be just me yelling into the camera about whatever was on my mind that day. If you told me that 12 or 15 years from now it was going to turn into some sort of snowballed movement to owning what you bought and paid for, I would have laughed at you. But that's where we are. When you have the means, you have the responsibility, and I think I'm in just the right place to make a difference. I'm going to be working on this. I'm going to be creating a team of people that are going to be helping me as I work on this, and it's not something that I'm able to do by myself. I need the help of all of you. The only reason that anybody has a clue what right to repair actually means when you walk down the street and you talk to somebody about it is not because of me. It's because of all of you. And with the help of all of you, hopefully, We can turn this into a mainstream issue that actually gets congressional hearings and gets real media attention. Not from one senator, but from all 100 of them. We can click over here and you can see the articles that are in need of work. You can contribute and create new articles. This wiki does not require that you register or log in to make any edits or changes. The way we're dealing with spam and any kind of crap like that is around the clock, people watching the recent edits and watching them as they come in to make sure that they are legitimate. Help me out. Let's make ownership a thing again. Let's make this cool. Let's make this bipartisan. Let's make this so that regardless of any other fucking issue going on in the United States right now, there's one thing everybody agrees on and wants to see happen. I own what I bought and paid for. You don't have the right to remotely disable what I bought and paid for. You don't have the right to take it away from me. And when I buy something, I want it to be mine. Only hope that any of these issues have to get any sort of mainstream attention is not me yelling into my camera, is not me showing up on the news or me showing up in a New York Times article. It's all of you, talking about it where it matters, with your family, with your friends, with your loved ones, writing wiki articles, making the wiki your loved one. Okay, you get the idea. That's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now. To get these issues in front of as many people as we can. But I need the help of all of you. I'm sure that there are a bunch of issues that consumerrights.wiki is missing, and I'm sure the information on there for current issues right now could be made infinitely better. What follows is going to be a bit of an ad, so I'll give you some time to find your phone, find your computer, turn it off if you don't want to listen to me talk about something completely unrelated to the video. All right, I don't usually do this, but this is from the building manager of this building. He's a great dude. I've known him for 3 years. His sister and her kids got into a car accident. He sent me a link to this, and I wanted to share it. So this is for 3 people that got sent into a, well, 3 people got into a horrible car accident, and they're in the hospital right now. It's pretty horrible. He's a nice guy. Anyway, it's Britton Hussing over here. Really good dude. So I'm going to leave a link to that down below. Not telling you what to do, just throwing it out there. Anyway, see you in the next video. Bye now. And to Britton's sister, Hannah, and all the kids, I wish the best for you. It's kind of sad to read about stuff like that.